Hello, everyone. Welcome to Impossible to Say. My name is Emily Proctor.
And my name is Kat Wellington. Sorry for no episode last week, you guys. I had some family stuff going on, and then you guys know I was going on my trip, and I just wanted to be with my family. So we did that. I will say really quickly, my sister's passport was expired, so I didn't go in the Atlantis lazy river. I actually went to Florida. So a little bit different of a trip than I was expecting, but still nice to just be with them, of course, but not the Bahamas right now.
and and all the college spring breakers, I'm sure.
Yeah, so my family has a house well, my grandma has a house in West Palm. So we were like, we could just do that. But my aunt was there with her friends for a couple days. So we had to go somewhere else first. So we went to Fort Lauderdale and then we just drove to West Palm after. And it was Fort Lauderdale. It was spring break, obviously, which it was so insane and like a nightmare for me, of course. But it was fine. If you're familiar, I've never really spent time there. We went to Miami, obviously, which is like it was like the exact same vibe, but I've never really spent time in Fort Lauderdale. We were at the W, if anyone's familiar. So if we like walked left, it was fine, and our beach was kind of fine. But if you walked right, we were pretty much at the bars. And my sister, who's 12, was like so obsessed. And she really wanted to we went for a walk and she really wanted to walk that way. So we
Of
walked that
course.
way. And I was like willing to do that because I was just thinking about how it's just a core memory for her because she's so in the phase. I don't want to like out her, but she doesn't care. Like she is just very much in the phase where, when you're 12 and you think that boys are looking at you in the same way you're looking at them. Like she's like fixing her hair and like doing her makeup and
hmm
like she like was feeling herself on spring break and was like upset. It was just really, really cute. So me, my dad, and my sister pretty much went to the bars, essentially, like
I freaking love that.
fully like the chaotic beach in the bar scene. And then the Rita's ice, by the way, is directly next to all the bars. My sister sees that. So we go there. And my dad was like, I can't be like, so he walked off and we waited in line and got Rita's. And then we got to a point where we had our Rita's and we were on the side of all the bars and we like could not get to the other side of the road because if you like keep walking, they gate off the whole road. So then we were pretty much just like, I'm like, can't, my dad's not answering the phone. I have no idea where he is. We have our Ritas. I have my custard. She has her gelati. And there's like just drunk people. Like, I got hit on while I'm with my little
Oh
sister
my
eating
God.
Ritas. And it's just that was too much because I was like, not right now. Not right now. Thank you so much. Just trying to get her out of there safely. So it was definitely interesting. But it was fun. And then after that, the West Palm was just like relaxing. So that was nice, but no
She's
Atlantis.
she's gonna get to Fort Lauderdale when she's like 20, 21 years old and like remember that. So that's really special.
Well, she said that she wasn't planning on going to college, but now she is. So
Oh, well,
honestly,
yeah.
like it's great. It
Of
worked out really
course.
well.
Well, that's what it's all about. Spring break in Florida. So I
I
completely get
know.
it.
So if we got one more girl to get a college degree, I mean, it's a win.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. God,
How
what
was
I
how was
would
your week
give.
off of pod? Anything
Oh,
notable to let us know?
no, I've been on like a couple crazy benders, like weekend wise. The week last week, I drank Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and was like a space cadet on Monday, like actually could not string words
Right.
together for a sentence. Kind of feeling the same way today. I had a really long weekend. It was like one of those situations where I ended up sleeping on a floor with like a decorative pillow and a
Wow.
fitted sheet last night. So
I'm honestly so jealous. Like my
it was
life is
cozy.
is boring compared to yours. Like I haven't been getting drunk like that.
We went day drinking in Baltimore. We went to for our local girls, Lee's oyster shell thing, whatever. I don't know. It's a big day
Mm-hmm.
drinking thing where they have a tent. I went last year, it was super fun. You see like everyone under the sun that you've ever met.
Yeah.
We did wait over an hour in line to get
Oh
into the
my
bar.
God.
I think that's the longest I have ever waited for a bar, like ever.
Were
I
you drunk or no?
no, I had,
Damn, that's tough.
2 high noons before we left. So, like,
Wow.
not even, like, a little buzz going on. Elena and I were saying, like, by the time we got inside the bar, like, we were the most stone cold sober we have ever been in our entire lives. Like, I could have flown a plane. Like, it was
Right.
it was absolutely insane, and we went from one line, like the bar line, to the bathroom line immediately, of course, so that was hell
Yeah.
on earth. But it was fine. It ended up being fun. We were like, "We gotta get our fucking money's worth because we had to pay cover,
Right.
of course. So we stayed for a couple hours, which was good, and we had to have a halftime, and then we ended up going back out, and drinking more, and yeah, I mean, it was great. It was a great weekend.
Those kind of things are so tough because after waiting that long, like, you want it to be fun so bad, but it takes a hot second to get in the right headspace. Like, I can't remember if I've ever waited or, like, the last time I waited that long, but there was one time recently, not recently, but a couple months ago, I probably talked about it when it was a friend's birthday, and I was like, "We have to do something, like, we have to wait in this line, like, it's no option because
Mhm.
she needs to have a good night." And I think
Yeah.
we waited probably, like, 45 minutes, and then once we got in there, like, we were all miserable.
Miserable. Doug went mute for the last, like, 30 minutes that we were standing in line, like, was
That's
not
bad.
speaking, was not seeing anyone, and it was freaking me out so much, and then when we got in the bathroom line, Elena and I were like, "Okay, just, like, 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna start having fun, just, like, 10 more minutes, once we get through this, once I have a drink in my hand," and then I was riding solo, so I was with a bunch of couples, and Kyle wasn't with me this weekend. So when I get out of the bathroom, obviously, all of my sweet friends bought their sweet girlfriends drinks. I love it, like, taking care of their
Yeah.
women, but when I got out of the bathroom, I didn't have a drink, which was fine. I was ready to go to the bar, fight my way for a drink. Everyone was like, "All right, like, let's go downstairs," and I was like, "We are not fucking leaving upstairs until I have a drink in my hand," and then I accidentally screamed in this girl's face because I thought it was Casey, and then I had to go back and apologize, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm just so sober," and she's like,
Oh
"I get
my
it, girl.
god.
It's completely fine." But yeah, it was
I
good.
can't imagine if someone was, tuning into the pod, like, for the first time. I'm just thinking about it now, like, me immediately being like, "Yeah, I couldn't go to the Bahamas," and you being like, "Yeah, me, Doug, and Casey, and Elena." Like, I'm so sorry for our new listeners, but you will understand after a while. You might have to go back, but that's part of it.
Well, speaking of, I just realized that we missed our 3-year anniversary
Oh my
of the
god.
pod. 3 fucking years.
It's so I didn't know that either. I never know. I feel like you tell me, like, every week, like, it's been another year. Like, that's what it feels like.
I don't know how I clocked it, but I was scrolling through our Instagram and I, like, went all the way down to the bottom and I was like, "Wait, oh my god, March, early March of
That's
2022."
crazy. 3 years and we haven't hit 10K on Instagram. Let that sink in.
Hey, it's steady but slow, steady
Hey,
growth.
it's been steady. Work is steady, work is good.
Work is steady. Oh, yeah, I fucking love it
Well,
though.
thanks for
I
being
love
here for
it.
3 years for the people that have, obviously. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Love you
I
guys.
can't believe it, personally.
I can't believe it. And our Patreon girls, we love you so
Oh
much.
my
And
god.
like, truly, the pod couldn't continue without the Patreon. So if you guys do, I'm doing a little pitch right now. If you do want the pod to continue, please subscribe to the Patreon. Thank you. There's 2 episodes a month there. I feel like we don't ever sell it, so I'm selling it now.
We really don't. What is it, $5 a month, I
Yeah,
think?
it's $5
Or
a month.
7.50?
I don't want anyone to spend money that they don't have or don't want to, but just saying, if you do have it and you want 2 episodes a month, it's the only reason that we're continuing. So it could be
If you
fun.
think of
We could
if
we
you
could
think
hang out.
nothing's really that cheap anymore if you think about it. So,
No,
like, it's kind of a steal,
it really
I think,
is. Yeah,
personally.
I agree.
So,
I mean, well, I wanted to keep it like, I mean, once it gets to $10, like, something about $10 sounds like
oof.
so much more daunting. five
Yeah.
dollars a month for something I'm like, sure, you know.
I mean, that's
So
a third of a Chipotle bowl, so it's like
I
nothing.
know. Yeah, you guys know I measure my money in Chipotle bowls. I just spent so much
Yeah.
money at the flea market. I just went and it was like the most beautiful experience of my life. I realized I need to start going to flea markets by myself because I always go with people, and as much as it's like an enjoyable social experience, I never really dig into stuff as much as I want to. And then if it's like someone who, I mean, most of my friends like love it too, but if I go with Miles or something, like he doesn't want to be there that long. I spent 2 hours just like sifting through everything and it was like honestly amazing.
Because then if you go with people, you feel like you might be, like, holding them up, you know? Like, I feel like when I go thrifting, it's gotta be with specific people. Like, when I go with Elena, another name drop, Elena,
Yeah.
like, her and I literally, like, won't speak for hours.
Yeah,
It's
that's if it's
beautiful.
like that, like, and you can separate and do your own thing and
Mhm.
then rekindle,
Reconvene.
that's
Mhm.
great. And
Rekindle.
especially at a flea market because yeah, rekindle the flame. Um, at a flea market, like you might not be interested in the same tent. So like we don't need to be we don't
Mhm.
need to be like together all the time. And one time I
Mhm.
went on a friend date to a flea market and I think she actually showed me this flea market, so I am grateful for her. And like when I moved to LA, and that was tough because I like to drop a lot of money. So sometimes when something's like something I love is expensive, I felt like embarrassed because it was probably my second time hanging out with her. Like, yeah, I have to buy this pitcher for $50. I love it. So I
Well,
still water my plants with
obviously.
it.
Oh my
But
god,
I
that's
felt like
completely fine.
insecure spending money. Anyway,
No, I get
I got
that.
a lot of good stuff. I posted a haul if anyone's interested.
Ooh, I'm
Um,
gonna run to that. I can't wait.
Last night I did day drinking yesterday, but then last night I didn't end up like getting drunk or anything, but it was just fun to see everyone because I hadn't seen everyone. Last night I finished Severance and it was insane. You're done, right?
My God, yes. By the way, I cannot fucking believe this. We talked about Severance on the Patreon, and I was like, well, the episodes don't come out until midnight at Thursday. No clue where I got that information from. Completely made it up. And then found out that episodes come out at 9 p.m. on Thursday, like every other normal show. Like it comes out at a very normal time. So at this whole season, I've just been waiting and watching on Friday and trying to like avoid spoilers, which
No,
sucks.
but
But
I also thought it was Friday too. And I feel like a lot of people did. It was just like this weird, like everyone thought it was Friday thing.
Well, if the episode so Kyle and I, we had watched the week before's episode right before, and then we're getting ready to watch, and we hadn't like refreshed the TV or anything, and it said Friday, March 21st. So we were like, what the fuck? We thought it was coming out tonight, but then it let us watch it. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, so I think someone commented that too. Like it says Friday, but it's
Mhm.
really not. So anyway,
Yeah, none of
long
my
story
business.
short,
It's
the finale came out and I watched it. I was late to it.
oh my God.
I went on Reddit immediately after just to do some, I'm sure you did too,
Mhm.
some digging. And there was like mixed opinions on it. I thought it was like truly one of the best episodes of TV I've ever watched.
It was so beautifully shot. Adam Scott is an incredible actor. I can't say it enough. There's gonna
He
be
was so
spoilers.
amazing. And I don't know if, we don't have to like spoil the ending per se, but
I
I
won't
will
spoil the ending,
say,
yeah.
I mean, if you're watching, I guess I won't spoil, but him at the end and when he was his Audi at the end, I got what everyone's been saying about him being so hot.
Oh.
He was so fucking hot. At that whole end of the episode, it was crazy.
Do you mean when he was his innie? Or like,
Well,
because at the very
oh,
end,
okay.
he's his innie.
Any at the end, but then also like when he was in Audi during that whole
Okay, I know
same
what you mean.
part.
I
Do you
I
know what I
think I know
mean?
exactly what you're talking about.
When he's
Like, what exact
smiling and
part?
like reuniting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Like,
Oh my
oh my
god.
God. And yeah, I guess I don't want to spoil, but I will say like when I'm watching really good TV, I'm always like it was too short, not enough happened. It felt long because there was so much happening. Like obviously it was so good that it flew by, but it felt really long. Like it felt everything was just beautiful.
I
The
felt like I was
marching
watching a
band.
movie.
Yeah, me
Like, it
too.
was a feature-length film to me. It I mean, I couldn't have asked, like, for it to have it happened beautifully. I was, like, so happy with it, obviously, like, screaming at my TV at the end. I checked my heart rate got up to, like, 115. I was sweating bullets by the end of the episode.
I
It
was
was so good.
sweating. I watched it in bed. Miles was like completely laying down normally. I was sitting up, like
I was
hunched
sitting
over
up,
my hand,
pacing, I was
screaming, my
pacing.
hands like over my face, like screaming at my TV, which is such an amazing feeling to watch something and react
Yeah.
that way. It was so great. And the ending, I know people have like split opinions on, so I wanted to ask what you thought without saying what it is, I guess.
I feel like it is the ending that makes the most sense. I think okay, sorry, like, fast forward, I have to talk about it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
spoil
just
it
fast forward a
slightly. Just fast
couple
forward.
minutes.
So, I feel like what shocked me is that Helly wasn't like, "Go, like, you need to get out there."
Yeah, I
But
agree.
at the same time, like, Mark is looking at a woman that he doesn't feel anything for, that he barely knows, but then sees, like,
Yeah.
literally the love of his life, Helly. Of course he's gonna pick her. I mean, I couldn't believe it, but, like, him and Audi Mark got into that argument beforehand, so it makes sense. Like, it makes perfect fucking sense that he picked Helly.
Yeah, it would have made less sense for him to go out with Gemma.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously, like, heartbreaking, but it also would have kind of wrapped up the whole not the whole storyline, because obviously there's so much more with, like, Lumen and just everything as a whole, but it
Yeah.
would have kinda wrapped it up. So, obviously, they have to set it up for season 3, which is good, but I will say it's tough because I think I know we've, like, seen them meet and get to know each other, but I think this show makes you so much more obviously invested in Mark and Gemma rather than, like, I wish I shipped Helly and Mark a little bit more, you know what I mean?
I I do.
You do?
I'm a massive Helly and Mark stan, like,
Oh,
massive,
that's an
massive, massive.
interesting
I
perspective then, okay.
I feel awful for Gemma, obviously, and everything that she's gone through. Like, yeah, sure, that shit sucks, but
Yeah.
she's free now. I don't know, maybe it's because I just, like, adore Innie Mark more than Outie Mark, and I want Innie Mark to have everything he ever wants in life. And I'm obsessed with Helly. I was fighting my coworker on this because she hates Helly, and I was like, "How can you hate
Mm.
her? That's my girl." So I don't know, I'm happy that they're together and it makes sense, like, I kept saying, I was like, "They're just gonna die, like, they're just gonna kill them, like, how can they think that, like, running off into the sunset together down the hallways of Lumen is gonna do anything?" But I think it's kind of romantic, like, they're still choosing to be together, like, regardless of what's gonna happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that just gave me goosebumps. I I don't feel that like, I love the Helly lore, and, like, I loved reading Reddit threads of just about how, like I mean, there's so much going on in the show, but how just everyone's innies are, like, this version of themselves that's, like, stripped
Mhm.
away of all their trauma and everything, and, like and Mr. Egan comes in, he's like, "Oh, I see it. I see
That was
Kira in you," because
crazy.
it's her as a child before he treated her the way that he did.
Mhm.
So it's really I love her as a character. She's such an amazing actress. I don't feel that invested in I love Annie Mark more, obviously. I feel more invested in that relationship. I think because of that like whole Gemma episode and just I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was, like we said, one of the saddest episodes of TV I've ever watched, and them reuniting, tears streaming.
Oh my God. It was so beautiful. And it was nice that we still got that. Obviously, you don't get like we didn't get the happy ending necessarily, depending on who you ask,
Mhm.
me or Emily. Um, but like we still got to see them reuniting, which was like so
Yeah.
beautiful and amazing. So it was kind of like best of both worlds.
I was worried that they were gonna make us wait till season 3 to, like, see them actually, like, recognize each other and realize that it's real, like, they're both still there, they both still love each other. I
Yeah.
don't know, I feel fucking awful for Gemma, and obviously I was yelling at Mark to go out the door, like,
Yeah.
truthfully, I really was, but I guess I don't know, I don't feel that attached to Gemma as a character, I don't know what it is.
Well, that's
Like,
fine. I feel
I'm
like we're
not.
not supposed to like know her as well,
Yeah,
obviously. So
'cause
that
we've
makes sense.
yeah, I guess we only had, like, literally 45 minutes of her as an outie, so, like.
My only plot hole of the whole show, which I understand it wouldn't be like it just would ruin the whole thing. Obviously, Lumen would have like crazy security and not just like one big dude, and there would
Mhm,
be cameras. Like I know that they took away some of the surveillance after some things happened, but like there would be surveillance everywhere. And if they didn't like if they weren't just at their desk working, like it just there would be security at every door. Like it wouldn't but I guess none of this would be happening. So I don't know why I'm critiquing like this this plot
well.
line.
No, it makes sense because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you're telling me they don't have any other security people, and you're also telling me that the exit door on the severed floor is just unlocked?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I guess we did kind of get an explanation to the door before, but like
yeah.
the one guy who's also a high up exec, Mr. Drummond, but also the security guy. Like it just doesn't really, not that he's just the only guy that responds to trouble. It just doesn't really make sense, but obviously that's the only way that any of it could have worked out. So I'm fine
Yeah,
with it.
no. I was thinking the same exact thing. It's seriously like you did you ever watch Game of Thrones? You did not, right?
No.
No, okay. I just think, like, for people who have watched Game of Thrones and, like, Succession, I'm trying to think of some other TV shows, like, I just think Severance is gonna go down as, like, one of the best TV shows in history, like, by far.
And then I think this obviously isn't like as important, but the Mr. Milchick scene was truly like, I mean, that whole series of scenes was
Mhm.
just like the most beautiful thing I've
So
ever
good.
seen. So fucking cool. I'm now like on the TikTok of the whole marching band posting on TikTok.
Yes.
And that was just such a cool shot. Like everything was perfect.
His dancing, fucking hilarious, and him sprinting out of the room when he gives Dylan that letter from his Audi just to make it on time for his little
Yeah.
show. Oh my god, it was dying.
There was so much
So good.
happening, like, I really feel like it went on forever, like, every
Gor
and everything was wrapped up. I thought it was a great finale. I know some people, at least on Reddit, were, like, not as happy with it, but I'm like, "What the fuck do you want?"
Well, I feel like that's kind of the point. Then I feel like that it did its job, you know? Like, if you're
Yeah.
unhappy and not satisfied, like, yeah, that's the whole
Yeah,
point.
there's a lot more to learn. Mrs. Cobell is my fucking girl, and I've always known it since I
Dude,
first met her, and I just
she glowed up towards the end of the season. That last episode, I kept being like, "Damn, she looks so fine right now." Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I
I've
guess not
always thought
working at
she
Lumen.
is I've always thought she's gorgeous, but I didn't know her as, like, I'd never seen, anything else she's been in as a younger woman.
Yeah, no, none of my business.
Miles was like obsessed with her because she's in his favorite movie, which is called not like his favorite that he talks about it, but
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
hold on. This was a recent lore drop for me, so it's not like I don't know his favorite movie. I feel like it was called True Romance, but now I'm looking it up and that doesn't look right. Okay, it is True Romance. Sorry. True Romance. So he did put that on the TV for me recently, but I fell asleep and she's just like she's been a 10 her whole life. I think she's so gorgeous.
I love that. I had no clue. Maybe I'll watch.
Yeah, it's a kind of a crazy one, but it looked good. Didn't
Uh,
finish it.
Speaking of other TV shows that we were watching, I know that we're both watching Temptation Island, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, people wanted us to talk about that. I was gonna move on, but let's talk about that really quick because I feel like everyone and their fucking moms watch Temptation Island, and it's been
I
such
don't
an
know
underground show forever. So good for them.
I don't know what happened. I guess they just put a season on Netflix and that's why? Like they
This
just filmed a
season was
recent
like
season?
made with Netflix. I don't even think it was like
Okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I don't even think it was picked up. So that was a genius on their point because it is a good concept and in theory it should be working better than it was because it's
Yeah.
the same as like all it's the same as, you know, all the Netflix
The
ones.
Ultimatum, yeah, Love
Yeah,
is Blind,
exactly.
whatever.
So that, you know, took off. It's so viral and I've been loving seeing like the aftermath of it cuz I just you guys know it's my favorite thing ever to see people like experiencing or, you know, doing social media post their first reality show.
Did you finish the season?
I did, yeah, of course. I
Okay.
watched it all on
Well,
my plane ride, so it was actually great.
oh, that makes sense. I am unfortunately only on episode 3, but, like, it's one of those seasons where I don't give a
Emily.
well, you know I don't care, like, I know,
Yeah.
like, certain things that happen, it doesn't matter, I can't wait to watch it. I we were talking I think we were talking about maybe Love Island recently, or maybe it was even Love is Blind, where we were talking about how people are so concerned about their image when they get off these reality TV shows anymore that, like, they've been kind of, like,
Yeah.
lackluster, like, no one's doing anything crazy, no one's cheating. Not the case for Temptation Island. Like, these boys went fucking wild.
And the girls, like I think about the show as a concept and the girls are getting casted as temptresses, right? So and
Mhm.
like and that's fine and all good and it's basically like they probably all want to be actresses and they want to be on so it's a role. Like they got cast in a role. But then it's like these girls are actually having sex with them and like getting in relationships with them. It's kind of crazy that they can get girls to go on TV still with social media and everything. And I don't know if you know what happens, but like there's these two girls that basically like not trap, but like heavily seduce a guy into having a threesome and then they do it on TV. And I'm like, That doesn't happen anymore. And then obviously now, like,
Oh
everyone on
my
the
god, I
internet,
can't
like,
wait.
is like, "These girls are insane," like, but it feels like old Love Island, like, I don't really know how
Yeah.
they are able to find these people that are, like, willing to put that on TV, and God bless it.
I feel like it is also the, like, premise of the show, like, it's literally, like, to go on and, like I mean, obviously, it's they want them to emotionally cheat as well and see if, other girls are more interesting than their girlfriend, but, like, the whole point is to, like, literally seduce them, so I feel like that's probably why they felt more comfortable going wild on TV, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. It's just like you still are like having sex on TV, even if it wasn't like a cheating thing.
So
I'm like, "Oh,
crazy.
okay, cool."
Oh my
And
god.
not that everyone was doing that by any means, but it is crazy that there was, you know?
Yeah, I can't wait. Kyle works at the bar tomorrow night, so oh my god, I'm at a work conference this week. Fuck.
Well,
God
you could
damn
watch in your
it.
hotel room.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good idea because 'cause I'm, like, not gonna be doing a lot of drinking or staying out late, so that's a
Yeah.
good idea for sure.
Well, I guess we can talk well, I don't know if I wanna spoil everything for you.
Well, why don't we talk next week? Now we've talked about it on the pod, if people wanna start watching, they'll have a better idea of what we're talking about next week.
Okay, I
So
do feel like everyone flew through it because my, like, whole
yeah,
TikTok's, like, very involved in, like, all the everyone's going live because there's not reunions. I tuned into these 2
that's
bitches'
fucked.
lives. The these 2 girls who were who you already know, Natalie and
Na
Kay,
Natalie's
have
the
been
brunette, Kay's the blonde, right?
yes,
Yes,
they
okay.
did a live stream, and I was on, like, the entire thing because I was just sitting by the pool, like, I was listening to these girls like a podcast, like, it's
Oh my god, I
so
love that.
stupid, like, I'm not proud of it, and then the one girl, Natalie, has, like, not stopped going live since, so now I'm just kind of annoyed with
She
them, but,
popped up
like
on my TikTok, of course.
yeah, yeah. It was funny because the other I was laughing because Kay was, like, trying to get off. She's like, "We've told it a million times now, like, I'm just kinda tired of talking about it, like, I wanna get off," and I could tell that Natalie didn't wanna get off, but then she's like, "Yeah, yeah," they get off, and Natalie's, like, live again 2 seconds later.
Oh my god, I love that
Mm.
so much. See,
But
that's
honestly, get
beautiful.
your attention, like, that's the whole point of going on that show because that show's not like, you're not there
How
to
many
find love.
episodes is it? Do you know?
Um, I wanna say 10, but I could be
Oh, thank
wrong.
God, okay. See, that's quick. I can do that.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but it got more insane than I thought it would, for sure.
We, like, last weekend on a whim, I slept at my friend's house, Casey's house, and we were hungover the next morning and just hit play and, like, didn't even think anything about it, and they were like, "Is this an old season?" We were so confused and then found out that it was recently filmed, so that makes more sense that Netflix took it over.
Yeah,
Genius,
we
you're
can
right.
do honestly, maybe we should do an in-depth recap on the Patreon, that could be good, or we could do it
Oh,
next week,
yeah.
whatever y'all want, but we can go
Yeah.
through, like, everything that happened in the couples, that could be fun.
Oh
But I
my
do think we
god.
should probably move on to
Move
stories.
on.
If you want to read one or an advice?
I don't have an advice, so if you have an advice, feel free to take it away. I just have a few stories, so
Okay, I have one, like, kind of strange. It's not a strange concept, but I worry about the okay, I'll read it.
okay. Perfect.
Hey ladies, I'm in a pickle. I have known practically forever that I like women as well as men, but I never really came out to myself or others until last year. Also, for context, I'm your age and got married to a man at 22. I was so young when we got married. I knew I was young even then, but nobody could have talked me out of doing it at the time, lol. And I've grown and changed quite a bit since then. This has led to some distance and difficulty with emotional intimacy with him. Lately, I've grown feelings for a classmate in grad school. She is so cool and pretty, and I'm so schoolgirl crush when I see her or think of her. I thought it was one sided, but recently learned she also has feelings for me too. I really would like to act on my feelings and explore physically with her, but my husband values monogamy, and I know he wouldn't be cool with it, but I am still really tempted. The girl and I are going out of town for a conference in a couple of weeks, and I don't know how much self control I will have if an opportunity comes up. Any advice would be lovely, especially if somehow you can think of an ethical way to explore this without doing wrong by my spouse. Love you, gals.
So, I don't think there's an ethical way of exploring that in any way, unfortunately. That sucks. Like, that is, like, an unfortunate situation, but my girl, you cannot cheat on your husband.
Well, that's why I said, like, obviously, this isn't like, you're not the only one who experiences. I feel like a lot of people, even when they're married for a long time, like, might realize they're bisexual and then that you have an attraction to women, but it doesn't mean that you can,
Yeah.
like, just because you're now but you know you're bisexual now, it doesn't mean you can go, like, have sex with a woman. Like, it's still cheating.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I just knew that this advice would be, like, some tough love, but at the end of the day, like, there is really no it's the same as if you were to hook up with a man. Like, there's no ethical way to cheat, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you can try to say like, "Oh, I've never had the opportunity to explore, like, that side of myself." Like, I completely get
Which
that,
is
but
sad, and I do,
it
yeah,
is
I
sad, 100%,
totally
but
understand it.
at the same time, like, you are married, you did make a promise to someone, and it sounds like she has had a conversation with her husband about it, which was going to
Yeah.
probably be my recommendation if she hadn't mentioned it, um, and he's literally said no, so I don't think there's anything that you can do unless you, I don't know, take some time away from your man.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, like oh, I'm worried about the work conference, first of all, because she just
D
basically said, "I don't
she's
know if I'll be able to hold myself
it
back."
sounds like she's gonna cheat, so
I know, I don't know if there's anything we can say to prevent that, but I hope that, like I don't know, I know you got married young, but also, like, you were so excited about getting married. Clearly, you love your husband. I just think yeah, it's a very exciting thing, and it sucks that you haven't been able to, like, explore that the rest of your life, but I do think that there would be some regret with that. I know you like the girl, and that's great, but, like, I don't know if it's gonna feel how you want it to feel after.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the regret and possibly shame of cheating afterwards might not be worth it in the end.
I mean, unless she's like, "Oh, I'm a full lesbian and I'm gonna marry this girl,"
Well,
then I guess
yeah, it could clear some things up, I guess. I don't know, I feel like it's a grass is greener situation here, which, like you said, does happen a lot when you've been with someone for a while, and it could just be a fleeting crush. I mean, how long has she known this other woman for? Did she
I don't know.
say?
I don't think she said, but they're just like in grad school together. I think the only way that you could explore with women is to ethically is to have a conversation with your husband, and if he wants to have a threesome, then do that. But I don't think if especially if he's like absolutely not, which is totally
Mhm.
fair, of course. I don't think you can
Yeah.
just like go have a separate relationship. That's just an affair. So as much as it's like a bummer that you haven't been able to experience that sex with a girl, that a relationship with a girl, it's unfortunately not right at the time, at the moment.
Yeah, the only ethical way to go about it is to break up with your husband, or I mean, maybe not
Yeah, break
necessarily
up.
divorce, but, like, you're gonna have to break up for a bit and figure out what you want if he's gonna be okay with that.
Well, and it's
Um
already, like, respectfully to our girl, like, we love you, and I know this is tough to go through, but respectfully for our girl, it's already emotional cheating. They've talked about how they have feelings for each other. She's already like,
Mhm.
"I'm worried I'm gonna cheat." So, yeah, if it comes to, like, you like her more, it's you should leave your husband. Like, this is the kind of
Mhm.
situation, like, when we're always telling people when they're cheating, it's like, just break up with them. I know a divorce is harder, but if it gets to that point, maybe you should do that instead of cheat. So yeah, the
Yeah.
ethical way to do it is a divorce or a separation and then do it, or don't do it.
Yeah, no, pretty much. And I hate to say, like, the whole, like, we'll just have a threesome, because I feel like in this situation, like, you wanna be able to, like, explore that side, like, without a man involved, you know what I mean? But, I mean, that those are literally your answers. Divorce, threesome, don't do it.
Yeah. No, and I know the threesome's like not what she is looking for, and I
Yeah,
totally understand that, but that was just like truly the only thing that I could think of. And it's not like she's gonna have a threesome with this girl that she really likes, like with her husband. So
that sounds
yeah.
so incredibly messy. Like,
It
ugh,
really does. But also,
I'm
like, you
s
should be like, whatever gender it is, like, you have full feelings for another person that you want to act on while you're in a marriage. So maybe it is just time to like reevaluate the marriage because that's
yeah,
not necessarily anything to do with your sexual identity. That's still just like you like someone else. That's not your husband.
you potentially, yeah, moving on from your partner.
Right. Anyway,
Ooh, that's
um,
tough.
I guess let us know. We probably won't share it on the pod, but let me know what happens at the conference. I'd like to know. I'm pretty nosy.
Yeah, obviously me as well. We hope you don't do it. Ugh.
That's why I told you
Okay.
this was gonna be a weird one, but go ahead.
Okay, so this is, like, a very short story, um, and she's not necessarily asking for our advice, but I'm curious, like, what you're gonna have to say about this because I think it's
Okay.
insane. So when you guys click on the email to write for us, Kat put, like, a little thing in there that says, "Your short, funny, cool story here." So she wrote, "Sorry, not funny or cool. Only cool part is that I'm getting married. I just need to tell someone this story because it's stressing me out and I need other people to know. Not super long, but my sister, who is my maid of honor, is no longer coming to my wedding because I won't give her a plus one. It's a small wedding, and we had to cut some of our friends due to the size of the venue. And my sister is recently divorced and single. She says she needs a plus one to have support, aka wants to bring a friend, not a date, at the wedding because she's going through a tough time seeing me get married when she's divorced. I did end up telling her that she can bring a date, but not a friend. I don't think I'm crazy for saying no friend. It's a small wedding that's mostly family. I think she'll have enough support there considering her whole family will be in attendance and she knows all of my friends."
Um, yeah, I mean, like, you know exactly what I'm gonna say.
That's fucking insane. I'm sorry. I think that's
It's
crazy.
It's so and that's nice of you to even say she could bring a date. I don't think in like her situation, you're the maid of honor of your sister's wedding. Like your family is there, you're gonna know everyone there. And also maid of honor, you're like pretty involved in like everything. Like you don't need a random
Everything.
friend there the whole time. That's such a bizarre reason to not go to your sister's wedding. Because you said she's not going, right? As of now.
Yeah, she says she's not going. I just think, first of all, I think it's the best case scenario. You're maid of honor. You're going to be running around all day. You're going to have so much shit to do. Like, if anything, that's going to be a great distraction. Your sister is getting married, going to hopefully be the happiest day of her life. So I don't know, maybe put your shit aside for one day and suck it up.
It is so hard for me to hear. Like, I know it's a thing, but I feel like we've had a lot of stories where like when that girl was upset at the wedding because she was going through a breakup, that bridesmaid, like,
Hmm.
and this girl's going through a divorce, so she's sad to see her sister get married. Like, these are things that happen and they are awful, and you are allowed to be like, your jealousy is normal, like being upset is normal. But like, I don't understand, not especially for your sister, obviously. Like, it's one day you have to buck up and just like get it done.
It is mind-blowingly selfish. Like, it's the most one of the most selfish things I've ever heard. Like, this story in particular is so crazy to me. I had to read it twice. I was like, "What?"
I wish I could talk to this sister because
Dude.
I know I'm sure everyone's having to walk on eggshells around her in a family setting. And I'm sure that this sister's like trying to not upset her too. I wish I could come in as a third party and like punch her in the face. Not literally, but like, you
Well,
don't
just like a
like,
little
someone
slap and
needs
be
to
like,
sit her
"Babe."
down and be like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with you? Like, this
No,
is
100%.
crazy.
It's not about you. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, God, that
Ugh.
one really riled me up earlier when I read it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, she didn't ask for advice, and there's really like no advice to give because that's just like the most immature thing I could ever. And like, why do you want a friend there? I don't understand. Your sister, like, I don't know. I don't know.
What Yeah, no, it makes no fucking sense. She needs support because she's the maid of honor and she's divorced and needs support. I mean, yeah, I don't fucking know. It makes no sense. I can read a story, my another story next that's a little bit longer, if you'd
Okay,
like.
sure.
Hey, Ken and Emily, I have a story for you that took me out of my crazy going home with boys phase, and I've been a get to know you type of girl ever since. It started when I was out with my friends in Belmar, New Jersey. I was at a bar called I have no fucking clue how to pronounce it. It's DJAIS, if anyone maybe knows what that is. But if you don't know, it's a bar on the beach. So I'm there and I see the most attractive man ever. He's super tall, wearing designer sunglasses and a huge chain. Unfortunately, my type to a T. We talk a little, but nothing too crazy as I'm out with the girls and we're all having a very fun night. At the end of the night, we're all leaving the bar and I see him again. We exchange a few words, and I'm not proud of this, but I decided to go home with him. I also want to say that I'm insanely drunk at this point and I should probably just go right home. But, anyways, I said bye to my friends and I assure them that I'm fine and that I'm off with this guy. Now, for when this all takes a turn, Me and him are just hanging out, talking, laughing, make good conversation as we wait for the Uber. He tells me he lives about 15 minutes away, so we just wait patiently. As we're waiting, he begins telling me that Ubers always pick him up first because of who he is. I obviously am like, LOL, what does that even mean? He tells me he's a rapper, he's very famous, and will be opening up for Drake and 21 Savage. So obviously I'm like, OMG, whoa, super cool. The Uber pulls up and I get into the car. I sit down and we're just talking, and he gets real quiet. He shuts his eyes and I'm like, he's probably just drunk. I sit on my phone, and then after a few minutes, I notice that we're on the highway. I check the driver's phone and it says 96 minutes to our destination. I start freaking out and calling all my friends. They're freaking out too, but I can't get out of the car because then I will be on the side of the highway. They're tracking me the whole way there. I try to wake up the man, but he is snoring away in his sleep. By the time I get there, it's 4 a.m. I look at my maps. I'm close to Pennsylvania and Philly, which is where I'm from. I get to his house and I freak out on him. And he tells me that he didn't tell me his house was 96 minutes away because he knew I probably would say no. I proceed to call my friends. None of them answer. And I realize that they probably fell asleep because they were also really drunk. So I had no way of knowing if I would be locked out of the house or not. I know I should have left, but instead I decided to stay over. When we get up to his room, he informed me that we could not speak a single word the entire night because he shared a Jack and Jill bathroom with his father, and his dad would most likely wake up if he heard us. Unfortunately, I have no willpower to say no, and of course we ended up hooking up. I know, so bad. Fast forward to the next morning, I'm leaving, and he tells me again that I cannot speak until we get downstairs because I could wake up his father. As soon as I walked out of his bedroom door, I fall down every single one of the stairs, all 10 of them. I mean, the loudest sound you could ever hear. I then left in the Uber. That was 2 years ago. I still see him out at the bar almost every weekend. And my friend went up to him a few months ago and punched him in the stomach for what he did. So at the end of that story, after she talks about how the friend punched him in the stomach, she does say that she sent us a photo of him and then a screenshot from the Spotify. And she said that she doesn't want me to reveal his name or any of his song titles because she doesn't want to promote him, which I totally get.
Yeah, me too.
Don't want to promote him either. But I wish so badly, maybe we can say it on the Patreon with her permission. I'll reply to her email. They are some of the funniest song titles, like disgusting, but some of the most insane song titles I've ever read in my entire life. Absolutely foul. So it's not surprising that this man acted that way.
Ew, I mean, that is, like, just the grossest thing, like, yeah, I knew you would say no if you knew it was
96
96.
minutes, hour and a half, by the way.
That's, like, so dangerous and
Scary.
scary for him to do, yeah.
Like, I mean, she's lucky that he literally just, like, wanted to sleep with her and, like, bring her back to his
Yeah.
parents' house, like, it wasn't anything worse. By the way, she titled this, um, "I got kidnapped by a rapper." She puts "rapper" in quotation marks, and then it's, like, a bunch of question marks. Um, because like, she did kinda get kidnapped, but luckily it was fine. Yeah, I mean, Jack and Jill bathroom with his dad,
Mhm.
obviously, that makes sense,
But
of
he's
course.
such a successful rapper that he gets
He's
Ubers quicker than
so
other people.
successful. Well, and he's opening up for Drake and 21 Savage, of course.
Right. I wonder if that's
So,
even like, that's obviously probably not true, right?
no, I haven't looked him up. His name's also fucking insane. But there's no way that he actually did that. I'm sure he was just saying that to get her to come home with him. So she should be flattered.
I just, like, oh my god, and the panic of that, and there's, like, nothing you can do, and him fucking sleeping would send me over the edge. She tried to wake him up and he could not.
Yeah, he was in REM.
That's insane.
He was fully in REM snoring. Also,
He
like, the Uber driver, her panicking on the phone with her friends and him just deciding to keep on
maybe
heading to his destination.
maybe he spoke another language, maybe, like, giving the Uber driver the benefit of the doubt in this situation.
That or maybe he had AirPods in or something. I don't fucking know. It's so scary. I think she handled this well as far as, like, not panicking. I mean, she was drunk, so I'm sure that delayed things a little bit. I mean, because I would have, like, hopped out on the highway, which probably would have ended up being more dangerous.
Well, obviously, like, in situations like this, it's really easy to say, like, I think I probably would have, I mean, I think like in my mind, I think I would have like asked the Uber driver to stop and like get off at an exit and let me out. But in
Mhm.
situations like this is what happens with so many women. Like you're drunk and like you're in this situation where you're kind of just like going, and then even like you get there and then it's a really weird situation and you just like are going along with it.
Yeah.
And it just like happens. And I know she has changed her actions since and like is blaming herself in this story. But I totally get that. Like I totally get sometimes you just go through the motions because it feels like the safest thing to do and you like don't know what else to do.
Yeah, safest thing in terms of not wanting to anger the gentleman you've gone home with and put yourself in an even scarier situation than it already is, which sucks.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I was laughing at her falling down the stairs. I'm sorry that I
Dude,
laughed at that part, but just the comedic timing of like him being like, do not say a fucking word. And she's like, I won't say a word, but I will fall down the stairs really
I feel
loudly.
that's like best case scenario. Like, first of all, fuck you for kidnapping me and taking me an hour and a half away from where I'm supposed to be. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wake your dad up and piss him off.
Well, it's
Like,
also
I'm glad
not
it
even
happened.
like the hour and a half is horrible and like completely like a violation of
Deranged.
something like that's not normal. But then also to not like a lot of people would flag one, the drive, and two, my parents' house, and we had to be quiet. Like, if you really want to hook up, like I've been in a situation where I'm like, hey, we got to go to my parents' house, so you got to be quiet. Like,
Yeah.
and that's something you bring up as well. Like, that's so every single thing was horrible.
Like, finally getting upstairs and being like, "You can't say a fucking word, not even one word until morning." Like, that's crazy. I would have been like, "Where the fuck am I?"
And like, she probably was in the middle of nowhere, so I don't, she didn't say this, but it probably would have been really difficult to get an Uber. Like she said she lived kind of close or like was in her area where
Mhm.
she's from. So like to there or back to wherever she came from, like that probably would have been, so she was stuck.
I mean, she took a road trip with this man.
But yeah, they went on vacation.
Literally. To bumfuck
Ew.
Pennsylvania. Oh my god.
And
I
let
just,
me
like
just like, Emily read me the song titles. They're the grossest, funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. And like, this is just a man that feels so entitled to like, he's like, yeah, I can do whatever. Like, if I want to hook up with you, like, I'm just not going to say anything. Like, that is so
yeah.
disgusting.
I don't need to disclose that, 1, I live with my parents, you won't be able to speak when you enter my home. 2, I don't need to disclose how far away I
Hmm.
live, and, like, even consider a girl being uncomfortable, would never.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, sometimes, unfortunately, this crazy shit needs to happen for you to be like, oh, which, like, you should have never been in this situation. But then,
Yeah.
and like, one night stands, fun, all fun and games. But then you also have to consider your safety as a woman, which is horrible. Like, a woman
Mhm.
should just be able to, like, be like, yeah, I want to go home with this guy. So I am, you know?
Yeah, I wanna have sex and I don't have to worry about anything else, but unfortunately, you do.
Right. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that she's okay for sure.
Me
I
too.
feel like we have to finish so many recapping stories. Like, I am glad she's
I'm
okay.
glad she's alive, I'm glad she made it through. I'm
It
glad that
is
she
kind
didn't
of, it's a
fucking
funny story to look back on a little bit now that you're safe and
oh,
have punched him in the stomach.
yeah, I would tell everyone, and I'm glad she didn't, like, fucking snap her neck falling down the steps.
Oh my God. I didn't even think
Or
about
get
like,
knocked out.
I didn't even think about the possibility of like getting injured falling down the steps. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, of course. Oh my god.
God. Oh, that would have been even, yeah. Glad she didn't get injured. Um, Falling down the stairs is either like so funny or like really fucking scary when you think about it.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, we've both fallen down steps before in, like, humiliating situations.
Yeah, of course.
And in the moment, I mean, it is, like, fucking terrifying, but, like, once you get to the bottom, you're like, "Okay, that was hilarious."
Yeah, no, it really is so funny. I've fallen down the stairs like so bad at a club before, like in a crazy, like out of a movie way. There's this one club in I don't remember if it was in Barcelona or maybe yeah, I think it was Barcelona or maybe Madrid. Either way, like one with a bunch of floors, like one of those fun, like different vibe. I ate shit like
Yeah.
so fucking badly, like it's like
Did you get
not
kicked out?
I don't think I was it was like in a place where there would have been security or anyone to see it, because there's this bar
Yeah.
like had so many stairs. Like that was the whole point. But I mean, I'm sure everyone's fallen down those bitches. Like it was one of those that was so insane, but you're in a club, so like no one really reacts. They're like, damn, yeah.
They're just like, "Well, yeah, of
Well, of
course."
course.
Uh,
Oh
oh
God.
my god. I've definitely told the story in here. I've fallen down, like, frat basement stairs, and I had
Yeah.
just joined my sorority, and I was with another girl's boyfriend, like, everything that you think, like, for circumstances that was weird, like, it was so weird, and then I fell down the steps. It's horrible.
My dad fell down the steps so bad at a frat at Ole Miss as well. So that was fun.
Oh, no.
Like, horribly, so,
Oh my god.
with all
Sorry,
4
but,
of
like,
my
it is
parents out.
funny.
It is really funny,
It's
but then
so
people
funny.
also die falling downstairs, and this is,
Yeah.
really dark, obviously, but, like, living alone, I have a wood staircase that is, like, pretty slippery, and I think about, like, if I fell down the stairs, like, how long it would take for someone and I passed it, how long it would take
Stop.
for someone to find me. I think about it all the
That's so
time
scary.
because 'cause I've
That is
never had
so
a
fucking
true
scary.
fall, but I've had a lot of close calls, a lot of, like,
Slips.
tripping.
Yeah.
Like tripping on a
I
step or
Well, yeah. I actually was flying down Kyle's basement steps, like, literally a couple weeks ago and ate it so bad. Like, his mom and Kyle came running because it sounded terribly, and the cleaning ladies were there too. They witnessed me fall. It was so bad. Oh, I was just trying to
at
get
least
out of
those
their
are
way.
carpeted, right?
Yeah, yeah, which
That's
was
kinda
nice, so it
nice.
didn't hurt that bad, but
Like, sometimes
still.
rug burn, but yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, I
It's
was, like,
also
full of shit.
crazy,
Ugh.
like, that is I'm glad you had people there. It's crazy when you fall down the stairs and no one's there, and you're like, "Wow."
You're like
You're sitting there like, "Okay, like,
Uh,
I could tell this to someone, but it's really not that
uh,
interesting." But, like,
yeah, I'm
it
just
was
gonna
crazy to me.
keep it to myself. Oh my
And also,
god.
like, just one more thing about my stairs, they go down directly into my door.
Yeah, you could literally
Y
and then fall down another set of stairs.
No, I
It was
mean,
open.
if it was open, yeah, but, like, if it's closed, I'm just nailing into the door, like, there's no breathing room for, like, a little tumbling. So, anyway, if
Oh
that
my
happens,
god.
y'all, I mean, what an embarrassing way to go out, but
Someone would find you in literally a couple hours.
yeah, to be fair, like, Miles and I are texting or calling each other 24/7. I think
Yeah.
he would find me, but I'd be gone, so it wouldn't matter.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm gonna tell a story about a crazy boy mom, which we love,
Ooh.
and I think then we'll move on with our days. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, all. Wanted to share my current boy mom trauma with you all. My boyfriend of 6 years moved in with me and my roommate about a year ago, and things have been great except for his mom. Cannot emphasize enough how fun it has been having all 3 of us as a family unit, except for the boy mom who's always lurking. When he moved out, she was always telling me that I needed to take care of him and how he likes things, specifically his grocery preferences. I do the meal planning and grocery list for the house. We all shop together, but every week I ask him what he wants, and all he asks for is some sort of chip and breakfast sandwiches. Very easy. His mom was not happy to hear this, and every time I would go over to her house, she started showing me things in her pantry that I needed to buy him. I always told her I would put it on the list and be sure to grab them if I saw them. I am a firm believer that my boyfriend is a grown man, and if he wants something, he can ask for it himself. I'm not his mommy. I do not want to be his mommy. Maybe that's hateful, but he has never asked for those things, and I've outright asked him if he wants them from the store, and he says no. Also, might I add, he goes grocery shopping with us. He is welcome to put whatever he wants in the cart. So all of this grocery stuff has been going on for about a year, and I usually just smile and nod when his mom starts telling me what I need to buy him to take care of him. I love his mom, but sometimes she just gives really intense boy mom energy that I just have to smile and nod to. However, things have now escalated. About a month ago, his mom started buying groceries for him because apparently I wasn't providing for him, like going to Sam's Club and buying bulk grocery items for him, which, like, yes, so kind and generous, except for the fact that one, we live in an apartment with no pantry, and two, it mostly all goes to waste because no one really wants the junk food they're buying. Even my boyfriend has tried to say, like, we do not need this, and she just insists. Maybe I'm just being a major bitch for complaining about her buying us groceries, but I think it's the idea that I'm not caring for her baby boy in the way that she thinks I should be. And maybe she's just trying to still feel like she's taking care of him. So maybe I'm being a double bitch for not understanding. Either way, it's driving me up a wall and needed to share. Love the pod, love you both, and send anti boy mom energy my way.
Um, when she said that that had been going on for a year,
Hmm. And then
I
escalated as well.
yeah, and then got worse. Yeah, part of me wants to think that it's just her, like, her son, this is disgusting to even say, but, like, her son's growing up, getting older, and she just, like, can't let go of, like, the mom responsibilities and the duties, like, she's coping with that, so she's overcompensating and just still going out of her way to do those weird things even though everyone's telling her not to do it.
Okay, unfortunately, my camera died, and we have no idea what we were saying. We were obviously talking about our crazy boy mom. Oh, we were
I can
saying like it
just
escalated. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, yeah, like I was saying, I was shocked when she said that it had been going on for a year and then it got even worse. And I do think that she is coping with her son getting older.
Right.
Sounds like he's probably an only child, I would speculate. Um, but I would still bitch about it 24 fucking 7. And I don't
That's what I was
understand
gonna
why
say.
I mean, it sounds like he's putting his foot down like a little bit and being like, we're not eating that stuff. Like, we don't need it. And she's not listening. But I would be like, you need to like literally be like, tell your mother to knock it the fuck off.
That's exactly what I was gonna say when I read it, and when I, like, skimmed it the first time, I didn't see that he did say to his mom, like, "We don't need this," because I was thinking, like, this man needs to say, like, he's not eating the food, like, he needs to talk to
Well,
his mom, like, I if
it's
my
a
mom was
waste of
doing that,
money, if anything.
like, yes, it is nice of you to be like, "Thank you so much," like, that is, like, really generous, but, like, it's we don't have room for it, and I can't eat it all, like, I can't eat a Sam's Club portion of whatever the fuck she's buying.
The feeling too of just like how did she say how long they've been together for?
6 years.
Oh my god, okay. Like, so obviously, like, her and her boyfriend probably have a great relationship, 6 years, that's great, most likely in it for the long haul, they just moved in together. To have your future mother-in-law probably be like, "So this is what he needs," opening up her
Mhm.
pantry, like, "Make sure you're
6
buying
yeah.
this, and that," and having to, like, just suck it up and be like, "Okay, absolutely, thank you for telling me, I'll write that down." I'd go crazy, 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 crazy.
Yeah, I think you're not wrong because she was like, "I think I'm just being a bitch." I don't think you're being a bitch at all. I think it's just like it's a little bit it's condescending the way that she's saying it
Yeah.
because she's not like I know that there's moms that are like, "Oh, I just got you this, and I don't know. I thought guys might want it." Like if she was just
Uh-huh.
like the you guys know that specific type of mom, just like giving you a bunch of shit from Sam's Club and being like, "Here you go, guys," but it's like, "No, my son needs this." Like it's the way that she's doing it that is like she's being bitchy. So, and I know she said she like likes her she really likes his mom, everything other than that. So like it is fine. It's just one of those things that's like so annoying.
I mean, I would take it as a personal attack on my character. I would
Of
be like,
course.
to the second she left, I would be like, "Does she hate me? She doesn't think I'm good enough for you?" Like,
Yeah.
oh my
And like you
god.
brought up the 6 years, like she knows the man. It's not like they just started dating. Like she
Yeah, it's not like she's brand new.
and like she said, he's a grown fucking adult. He's gonna eat what he wants. Like he can get what he wants. If he needs something from the grocery store and I'm going, he'll let me know. So
I
anyway, I
think,
think
like,
I just wanted to say you're not being a bitch. So
not in any way, and I'm so glad that she's, like, talking to her man about that because I think it's people like, I think it's healthy to, like, talk shit about each other's family with your partner, sorry. Like
no, I do too. Like that's your safe space outside of your
yeah.
family to do that with. Yeah. I
Like, when
agree. I
I
think she didn't ask for advice, but I was gonna say the same thing you said. Like he needs to be like, knock it off, mom.
I just can't. I mean, obviously, you guys know I live with my in-laws, so obviously sometimes there are things that I can't stand and I tell Kyle everything and some
Hmm.
people are like, "Oh my god, you tell Kyle that?" And I'm like, "God, yeah, I do. I have to."
Yeah, and this is like similar to them. Like you guys have been together so long that it's like you know them so well too that it's like when you
Yeah.
complain about something that his family does or like it's it's not you doing it because you don't like them. It's like it's
I
just
just
because
need
you're
to
annoyed.
vent.
Yeah, yeah. You just need to
Yeah,
talk about it.
I just need to get it off my chest.
Yeah, I think that's so normal. Okay, y'all. Unfortunately, the camera's died twice now, and we're both starving, and we gotta get on with our day, but we love you so much. We loved the
Mhm.
stories this week, and we'll do a bonus episode for you this week as well. So we'll see you
You
there if
guys
you're
have
there.
been seriously sending in some really good stories. Like, I've really been loving everything that we've been talking about lately, so
I
thank you
agree. I
guys.
feel like they've been fun. So you guys
Yeah, they've
are
been good.
and we couldn't do it without you, seriously. Love y'all to death.
Literally. Bye,
Thank you
guys.
so
Love
much.
you.
Bye.
Bye.